running, hiding, playing crazy, all sorts of shit. However, if you could fill me on this doppelganger activity or, you know, some little details on that, you feel me, just enlighten me, because
What was
know
your
what I know,
relationship?
I heard I
What was
got
your
what I got,
relationship?
and I'm not
Yeah.
ignoring that shit.
What was your relationship with dude? 'Cause I'm gonna give you something on this.
I knew him through his cousin. His cousin was one of
I
my
mean,
boys.
when y'all ever meet up, did y'all ever chat?
We used to link like every now and then. I would link with him like not too often, but it wasn't like every time I link with him, it'd probably be like I'm on my boy house and then he stayed by my boy. So it'd be some shit like that. Or if he hit me for whatever, then you know, it'd never really be on some like I'm looking for you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really fuck with it like that. And he was older than me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he did about the same shit. He had a brand just like me. He fucked with the music like me. He wasn't as prosperous, not like that. I'm just being honest. I'm younger, he's older, so I don't know. I'm going through everything and this shit too spot on. So man,
In our tribal culture, right? We would look for that person,
right.
right? Because if we make a positive, benevolent bond with the person the similarity, mother, same name, might have a father, might have his father middle name,
Right.
right? And then he might have a name that's a variant of yours, like your name might be Jim, his James.
Mine start with a D, his start with a D.
So you finding a tribe mate, right? Y'all supposed to govern a area of land together as a team,
Right.
right? So y'all end up on the same block, different ends.
The nigga live I walk this shit right now. That nigga right there.
Yeah. So in our tribal culture, you and him was supposed to work together to secure 2 generations of the males.
Correct.
He
I can
was
see
to
that.
tell you the pitfalls in order for you to organize the guys in your age group. He's supposed to went through it all before you.
I can see that. I can see
Right?
that because in a lot of situations regarding the aliens, extraterrestrials, he was
Yeah.
that's where we kind of connected. We ain't really fuck with each other a lot, but when we did connect, it was similar to what this shit is. But he's older
Mm-hmm.
and he shared some of his experiences and whatnot. Whatever. I personally feel I was a little bit advanced. Just you know, I'm a little younger, so I'm more committed than a lot of niggas. I ain't gonna lie. Just being where I'm from, a lot of niggas ain't in tune. I'm just being honest. So
Mm-hmm.
even him being older, you know, just hearing from what you know he told me or what he was telling me, and from what I'm getting now, it make too much sense. Especially for I mean, I'll talk to you one on one. However we need to talk, Telegram, whatever. I'll let you know. But nigga, yeah, this shit ain't. Yeah, I'm not too fine right now with any of these niggas. But this shit, yeah, it happened. So like,
Right.
not harnessing all that shit. It took place on that very day when me and him was basically doing what you talking about. Because in the moment of it, before all the shit, we was like, your mama name, yo. It was. I'm thinking like it was nigga. So I just need all the enlightenment I could possibly get right now. I wouldn't even tap in on this motherfucking live. I just be viewing it, giving you know how I be. But this shit the shit happened 4 or 5 weeks ago. So
Yeah.
I need all I
So
can get
it's
right now.
coming into the timeline. So you might be just now getting to the preparatory stage where you connect with him on a tribal level, where y'all could talk about the conditions on the land and solutions,
Right,
right? And he gonna start telling you some shit like look out for this, look out for that, right? Certain shit like that about the area,
right,
right? So y'all need to be together to secure area. You needed an OG, right? He need a
right,
YG.
right.
He need a
Hey,
YG that's his reflection.
correct.
That means he know you gonna be the same amount of passionate as him. So the universe say, okay, I'm gonna send you your reflection. And that's why they say
It definitely
that's
felt
why we
like
call
that
each other.
when it all took place. It like I was so high in my vibration, not to cut you off, but for what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, like it all felt just like what the fuck you saying. Even on the polarity being negative and what took place and perpetuity of it, the shit felt just like what you're saying. So I can't overlook none of this shit.
Yeah. And most of the time, the system is designed to make us clash too. It's
Fact.
designed that way. We have to be smart enough not to fall for the systemic indoctrination that make us clash, and that's what breaks the cycles.
Correct.
And by breaking the cycles, you straighten the path.
Correct.
You know, and that's what it all boiled down to.
My word. Shit, well, I could say I had no intentions to clash. On me, I ain't see it coming, being honest. On me, the way they played is so crazy. So man, I'm more than happy to be alive and well in my well being, nigga.
Yeah. So
Really
that's
fought
where the wisdom come in.
forces
Yeah.
and did what I was supposed to do. So knowing who I am, nigga, and the youth of who I am, only being who I am. I mean, I
Yeah.
ain't taking no pity for no. I mean, once you do that, I don't give a fuck if you got body snatch. You ain't you no more. So you ain't my mate. I'm just being real. I can't overlook none of that, but I'm gonna keep doing my part, and I'm gonna take that with all the grains of salt and the wisdom that you feel me, you gave me, because that,
Yeah.
and not only that, I have not seen nobody, but mind you, I seen, bro, like I was walking, and niggas gonna call me crazy, whatever, but he was driving. Put it like this: if he was to try to do something, he would have crashed and burnt out. Cause I'm doing me, but I seen him. He did not look alive. He didn't look like what I know, but I knew it was him. And I ain't seen I ain't seen none of this shit. I ain't seen nobody since 4 5 weeks. Niggas that wasn't even there. I have not
Go
seen
back and
nobody.
watch the movie. Go back and watch the movie Falling again. It's gonna help you a little bit with what you're talking about.
You said falling?
With Denzel Washington.
I ain't never checked it out. I'm gonna check it out today for sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
All right, I'm about to wrap this one up, man. I gotta go use the bathroom before I pop.
I'm about to blow it down because nigga, I'll fuck around, get out here and get on some shit. So I'm about
For
to get
sure.
out here, you feel me, and keep raising my vibration, man. I appreciate you. Word is bond. So you keep
Yep.
doing what you do, man. I'm always stay tapped in, for real.
All right.
I got you.
Yeah. So this when we wrap this one up, people. I gotta go in Oracle. So if y'all get anybody else to do tarot spreads like that, send them to me so I can let the people know what the tarot readers and the Oracle readers is saying about because once y'all see that it's I'm not the only one seeing this, y'all gotta see independent sources. Right? So like I don't even know her name. Seventh Harmony Places, her Instagram. And she did the spread because somebody asked her to, and it's saying the same thing I said yesterday. That's the move. It's the power move. It's the move that Big Mama said make. That means it's the wisest move on earth at this particular time for us. So I don't want to keep this long. I needed to get y'all attention on this subject because we got to get the word to our people. Shut this bitch down on the 22nd with the Free Larry Hoover movement so that we can break their algorithms. Once we break the computer algorithm with the Free Larry Hoover movement, you see, she said they was holding back, they wasn't moving with integrity, they trying to ignore us, right? So when we shut down their social media algorithm and fuck that shit up, it's gonna have to flip out the mainstream of what the people are talking about because they're going to be forced to address the issue that they don't want to address, the big fucking elephant in the room with the 900-pound gorilla on her back. Them two big motherfucking questions in the room. They going to have to, where's Larry Hoover so he can tell us the status of the land and the redemption process and the reclamation of the people organic to the land. Now, all you Pan-Africanists and all you Moorish conquistadors that came over here, we don't mind y'all being here right now as long as y'all don't get in the fucking way. If y'all get in the fucking way, you're going to get steamrolled and treated just like the enemy. If you don't want to get treated like the enemy, get the fuck out the way. We ain't from no fucking Africa. We ain't come on no fucking slave ships. We know who the fuck we is. The gig is up. We coming, and y'all can't stop us. So stay the fuck out the way so you don't get stomped and trampled on by these matriarch elephants trampling through the neighborhood. Because when they say off with your head gonna roll. Right? So stay out of the way. If you don't know what the fuck going on, shut the fuck up and sit in the background and wait for your turn. Our turn is right now. Like y'all had enough laughs at our expense. And we already did the crying. So the saying is, laugh now, cry later. Well, we cried then. Now it's our turn to laugh. Right? So we cried first so we can laugh last. Y'all don't got us. Y'all thought we wasn't going to figure out y'all imposter plan to undermine us and supplant us on the land using the motherfucking cat's paw technique. It doesn't work on me. I know how it operates. I know the rules to the game. I follow the rules to the game. So whether you like me or you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. I ain't got nothing to do with what I have to do for Big Mama. So as long as I'm doing what Big Mama said and you got a problem with that, you got a problem with her, that means you got a problem with all of us, and we gonna fuck over your ass the same way you trying to fuck over us. We not gonna let you motherfuckers stop us this time. The time is up, and the time is now to seize the time, right? So we using the calendars that they use, the same shit they use to oppress us, to bust they shit in the Badussi. Let them motherfucking have it. 21 gun salute, black jeans and boots. Turn loose on these motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck. One way or another, they gonna have to produce the king. Larry is the spokesperson for all of the organic people of the land. His job is to represent all clans without no big eyes, no little you, without being no respecter of persons. To tell it like it is in the open to the public, his job is to answer us. His job is not to answer to nobody in the closed down defunct corporation, because it ain't nobody there for him to answer to anyway. So he got to answer to us. He got to tell us why we ain't got shit. Somebody got to tell us, and he the designated spokesperson. So all of the motherfucking chiefs on the round table got to give their motherfucking reports to Larry for him to read the redress to the people. This is just the way of the land. This is the law of the land. We done overthrew the Admiralty shit. They claim that our land crashed into their ship. Well, I'm here to show you that they didn't. Right? So they flipped their Admiralty law on our land. Now we flip our law of the land over their Admiralty. We won up their motherfucking ass on the 68, flipped the 89 off of Prince Charming in order to beat their ass back down into the hole in which they came from. Fuck your groundhog and his day, motherfucker, 2 to the head. Take it like well for what it's worth. So, all you $5 Indians, we appreciate y'all keeping intact what Big Mama told y'all to keep intact, but we'll take it from here. So sit your $5 ass down before we make change. You don't want to get in the way of this shit because it's bigger than you could possibly imagine. This shit don't got nothing to do with what I think, what I want, or how I feel. This got something to do with how Big Mama said, get this shit taken care of. And I'm going to tell the people, even though I have very little faith that people really want to stand up for what they feel is right, because it hasn't worked. That's because we was using somebody else's system to try to reclaim our system. So if we use our system and disregard their system in real time in their face, no cover up, no secret squirrel shit, blow their algorithms up. That's what they rely on. They put all of their motherfucking stock in the algorithms, and they don't think that we'll fuck that shit up too. Big Mama and them said, fuck all this shit up. She ain't say spare their algorithms. So we gonna fuck their algorithms up with the Free Larry Hoover Cyber Parade. 2/22/2022. Dandada 2. right? So Kanye on this shit, he already know what's up. That's called putting the flag on the day, right? On the blues flip off of Hip Hop Nation. And the Hip Hop Nation is a Death Row connection. And the Death Row connection is a total motherfucking Crip Nation flip off Big Tookie. Right? Because Big Tookie was on death row. He was a man on ice. They froze the blue man. Not a man on ice, a man on fire. I'm going to let you tell him himself because that's the shocker. They try to tell me that would have been a better motherfucking move to try to discredit some shit. To say they didn't freeze Tookie. But I knew they did. Right? I didn't know at first. I thought he was gone. But when Big Mama told me he was froze, shit, now they got to producing. I throw that nigga out. He got the answer for the motherfucking Crips in LA and all of the motherfucking sets being against each other. He got an answer for that shit to the Crips. He don't got an answer to us. He got to answer the Crips first. And once the Crips are satisfied with their answer, then he got an answer to the Bloods. Because they got to bring this shit together out there. They don't got nothing to do with us over here. They got family business on that side of the land first. That's what they got to do. Don't got nothing to do with what we think. This is the move. This is how we always conduct business on our land. They can't never beat us at this shit because we invented this shit. Right? So while they sitting here trying to convince all y'all that we came from Africa, let them believe whatever the fuck they want to believe and feel however the fuck they want to feel. But they can be wrong all day while we continue to be right and we take these moves and these steps to take back what's ours. That's all. We ain't even trying to get no extra credit because if we take back what's ours, them motherfuckers won't have nothing to give us no way. Right? Because everything that they stole belonged to us. So now we're going to get it all back. We back for every fucking thing they owe. No longer oppressed. So now we overthrow those who placed us in this rotten mess. We didn't agree on the strategy. Right? So this is where we at with it. The strategy is break their algorithms and make them motherfuckers face up to the motherfucking matriarchs on the land, and the chief's gonna have to motherfucking put this shit back in order for the women to be safe to raise the children, and the children are the future. And if you don't understand that, you in the way, get your ass somewhere and get low because this shit about to get hot and heavy real soon. Right? Because some motherfuckers gonna have to lose their motherfucking heads for the dirt they done. I'm not no mother. My hands ain't all the way clean. I did plenty of dirt. But I learned from the dirt that I did that I didn't want to be a dirty motherfucker. And since I didn't want to be a dirty motherfucker, then I tried to switch my motherfucking life around. You know. But they use that prison record to keep you permanently disgraced among your own. How many motherfuckers you know that don't never go to prison in our community? Don't we all POWs on our own fucking land? Well, get my shit to the motherfucking house. Wake up, nigga. Wake the fuck up for real. Well, not that diet woke shit. Don't be diet woke. That shit not gonna serve you no purpose. Get in your emotions and run out to the slaughterhouse. This ain't got nothing to do with that. You got to think past the emotion. If your emotion is in context, that means you feel the way you supposed to feel. That means that they want to run you. That means you got to think past the emotion. If I follow this course of action with this emotion, what's I'm going to produce? Half you niggas off because y'all ain't producing shit, but it feel good to sound like you know something. Wake up. This the wake up call. I don't even know. I can't say it no clearer than this. I'm going to go over it again. The nigga on the ground was a Blackamore. The nigga on his neck was a Tiny Moore. We ain't fucking them. Take it for what it's worth. I'm going to go through and let's see what's in this motherfucking comment section. Where the fuck this shit come from? I can't even. Oh, I know what to do. So I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna look at the comments, see if I got any questions I need to ask. Y'all falling for the same shit that got you in slavery. The same shit that got you under Jim Crow. Y'all falling for the same shit. They give you a couple of things. You a billionaire. A quadrillionaire. You a quadrillionaire. But you don't know it. So every time you raise a little bit of hell, the motherfucker give you a couple $100,000 and say stay up. They treat you like you a record recording artist on a 24/7 deal. 365 on that motherfucking shit. And you don't see it. Emotions is created. Not emotions, jealous emotions. It's created. That shit from the oppressor. And all you go, yeah. Look, Wonder Woman is Diana. Diana is Inanna. Inanna is Isis. That's the true guardian of the planet. Now, the newer Wonder Woman got more of her real abilities than the old one. All of those superheroes is y'all history cloaked. Iron Man is a woman. Fe is the chemical code for iron. You do the math. And they got a man in the suit. You do the math. A female. You right, see. So they showed putting these motherfuckers back to sleep with the same trick. We at the Civil War stage again, where everybody run out in the streets up in arms, screaming for blood and vengeance, and don't nobody see what's going on. Then the ones who guilty, they gonna walk away from this shit because y'all gonna think it's somebody else. Yep, we got Damien. We got this asteroid about to pass us in the next 24 hours. It's gonna carry a lot of radiation with it, and it's also gonna help pull on the atmosphere as it expands to increase the rate of shoe definite resonance, so we can get off this double masculine shoe and men resonance with this homosexual shit. Not that I got anything wrong with gay people. If that's how they was born, that's how they was born, because it's a lot of people that was born that way. Yes, Inanna. Look, everybody y'all be talking about this humans and Caucasians is Neanderthals. What the fuck is y'all talking about? Them motherfuckers came from us. Read African Presses, Early Asia, Iceman Inheritance, and catch up. The Neanderthal wasn't pale-skinned Europeans. That's the first thing y'all got fucked up. The Cro-Magnon wasn't no pale-skinned Europeans. Y'all got that fucked up too. The first sapien, the Homo sapien, wasn't no pale-skinned European. Y'all got that fucked up too. It wasn't until the sapien came along and they created an artificial sapien, a Homo sapien, that was not quite as sapient as the sapien. And y'all ain't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. That sounds like a riddle to y'all, so I'm going to break that shit down to you. The word Homo sapien means thinking man. The Homo sapien is the advancement of the thinking man into a higher thinking man. So they call us the Homo sapien species as we are now, right? But we behaving like sapiens because we only working with 32 degrees of knowledge. That's the freezing point of water. So what is it doing to your brain if your brain's 70% water, 80% water, whatever the case may be? If your brain is primarily water and you only got 32 degrees of knowledge, your shit froze in place. You can't break past that barrier. You need to develop your 360 so you can develop your 720. Then you can flip that shit on the 1440. Y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about because y'all don't know science at the base level, physics. All this shit you're supposed to know by the time you graduated junior high school. This shit is elementary shit for us as a people. That's why Nigeria was the great brain drain. Offer these, they keep them motherfuckers still all they shit and then keep them in a constant state of oppression. So any motherfucker that learn how to think a little bit go over there, can make some money, and send it home to feed his family. And then he get caught over there. He can't come back now. This is too much shit that he's tired. They got him too much entwined in. Y'all motherfuckers a motherfucker with y'all shit. At least you seen it, Mob. At least you seen it, because some motherfuckers ain't gonna never see the connection. This ain't got nothing to do with us. They fighting among themselves on who gonna be the one present the contract. Contract expired. Right. So they don't want these people to cut the strings, Tyrone. So what do? They make the people continue to chase their goddamn tail. Yep. So all this radiation and shit, this is where I turn into the fucking hawk on these bitches. Osiris and this bitch. I'm the earthborn child of the stars. I know how I got here. I rode in on a beam of motherfucking light. And then I was asked to come here for this purpose. For sure, Emil. Yep, full moon Friday. That's called the cherry moon. That's why Prince wrote, he did a whole album called Under the Cherry Moon. And I think the New Edition did a similar one, something like Under the something moon. But all that's symbolic of the same shit. Time frame recognition. Look, man, y'all got this European thing mixed all the way up. Every human on this planet got a piece of the DNA of every other lesser species on this planet. The human is the higher known animal species of the planet. You can watch evolution in the womb if you watch fetal development from a goddamn zygote to a cluster to a tadpole, all that shit in there, to a little monkey, to an extraterrestrial gray, all that shit in the womb. Y'all stop thinking that, look, any motherfucker, you cut that motherfucker, he bleed red. Everybody don't bleed red. Some people blood is literally purple, and some people blood is literally blue, and some people blood is literally green. The people with the green blood ain't from here, but they came to help your dumb ass. Most of them came in consciously on a light beam, like I did, when the whole creation was about to take place. I had to draw this shit out in nothingness in order for something to be here, in order to have this shit. That's the job of every one of us. When we get to our own highest form of consciousness, we get to be a solar orb. We get to be a sun, S-U-N. And then we get our own solar system. That's why that you always see stars infinite out there. You'll run out of counting people before you run out of counting stars. Hell, one quadrant.
11:34. We're gonna go over a couple things. When I be telling y'all that they look like us, but they ain't us. We got the enemy within, we got the sellouts, we got traitors. Now, the only way you gonna know who they is you gotta know they modus operandi, as they call it in law, the MO. Method of operation. How do they infiltrate us? What do they do? So you gotta study them motherfuckers like they study you. Right? If you don't study them the same way they study you, you will never know what you really face with and how entrenched in our community it is. So when it look like I call somebody out. I'm calling out one of us, and it looked like divide and conquer wins again. But if I pull somebody out, call somebody to the forefront, right, and I say somebody wrong, that's because I already investigated. I already sized them up. I followed the steps they always take, and somebody's feet is fitting in all of the tracks the exact same way as before. But our people believe they somebody other than who they is. It's like they all woke up one day and everybody had amnesia. None of us ain't know that we've been on this motherfucker so long. We done lost our past life memories, most of us, and some of us are gaining them back. But in the course of the struggle, we in an adverse position until we realize what is going on, how it worked, who involved, and what the hell is they doing. Now, they got Orient Daystar blocked on a couple of channels, so he got a pre-record and post. I think that's some bullshit, because it should be like A1, but, censorship of the voices of the righteous is always going to be part of the undermining process of the wicked. So, and let me do this so I can make sure I'm seeing the comments clear. It won't let me do it. Oh, there we go. All right, yeah. So that's better. So this morning started out kind of funny. I woke up about 5 something this morning, and I didn't want to get out the bed because I'm sick of this shit. I'm so fed up with this shit that when I get up in the morning, I only want to look and see that we still going through this dog and pony ass comedy show waiting on us to get our head out our ass. But so I'm laying in the bed and I'm not thinking about nothing. I'm just laid back. In the process, I start checking my messages and things for the day, for the morning, because people send me stuff all through the night because we be in different time zones. To them it'd be like midday, but over here it'd be midnight, or some people would be early night, but over here it'd be late morning. So we got different timetables, but people be sending me stuff all times of day and night, and they be keeping me abreast on what's going on. And when I see the signs, I can flip the signs out and see what's going on. And the thing that caught my attention was a post, and Rashida had asked me about it, but I had noticed it. It said China had blocked 44 planes from coming to America for some COVID shit. And in response, America bumped 44 to China, right? So they playing tit for tat, forth and back and forth, and forth and back. So I'm sitting there looking at these numbers, and I'm seeing China, and seeing represents the Skywalkers, right? While this going on, I'm noticing that the U.S. is the difference between the two flags, right? It's primary colors. China got a primarily red flag. Now America's primarily red and white flag with a blue corner. The blue corner flips a corner with the stars on it, right? So this is a Hollywood flip. So now I know that the Asian dude called Tuki the Crip, and they connected to Skywalkers because they used to have trees over there too. Because the same motherfuckers cut all our shit down over here, cut all the trees down in Asia and Africa too, and Australia. That's why it's barren. So all the trees get cut down, but the Skywalkers across genetics, they didn't. It's not about the blood. It's about the right. I mean that in the blood, what can you do with it? How do you use this shit? So I realized that I'm getting a knock from Big Tuki, 44 Blue, which automatically is a knockback for the 44 Red, which is Angel Bay in Chicago. So I'm collecting receipts. I go through all my receipts. They're coming in so fast, I don't have time to do nothing. I'm just going through the receipts. I'm reading the messages. And it came all the way down to a scorpion sting on a future shot off of an Iceman. And the Iceman was all these knocks I kept getting all day from Tuki. Multiple people seen the cryogenics information being disclosed. And now they know that I knew what I was talking about for real, when I said they froze Big Tuki. Arnold Schwarzenegger did it by executive order out in California because he declared Tuki to be the security of the state of California as a border state was an essential security risk. So they couldn't afford to kill him, but they couldn't afford to show weakness to us. So the compromise with the gorilla families is that vanilla gorilla, the Iceman, Mr. Freeze, decided to put a soul on ice so he can wake up a man on fire. Ain't that something? So the man on fire is the man in red, and the man in red ain't dead. And we talking about Chief Malik Angel Bay, king of the El Rookins. One of the baddest motherfuckers y'all neglected for so goddamn long. Y'all could have been free if y'all support any one of these motherfuckers. They could have got y'all up out the shit. But y'all believed in the enemy. And now, this take me to where we going. Big Tookie want me to show y'all pretty much how do these motherfuckers do this shit? How do they get in our communities and infiltrate us? Because most people think that I'm down with the separation in the community, but I'm not. I don't.
The counterweight between the two.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
And talk
excited.
to, yeah, yeah. Talk to
Thank you so much.
yeah. Talk to your mama before you go. Say, mama, make sure I do this right. That's all. Just look at her
Okay.
picture. You know, cook your dinner, whatever. Thinking about your mama when you get done, and you're gonna feel a certain calm, and then you be like, mama, make sure I do this right. Your
O-
mama gonna work from the other side, do every fucking thing you need her to do to make sure you do everything right.
Okay.
From picking the date to the clothes you wear to the clothes you dress the baby in to whatever gifts, because you got to always take the elders' gifts. That's the custom. Whatever gifts
Okay.
you take her, your mama gonna tell you what to get. You
Oh.
can't never disconnect from your mama because you connected to her in your heart. That's an eternal link.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start communicating with her, when you start cooking meals and thinking about her as you cook, because that's something that she liked to do for her family,
Mm-hmm.
right? She liked to feed her kids. You stepping into her shoes, you thinking about her while you fixing a meal, right? So you are embodying her energy while you looking to communicate.
Okay.
You're gonna feel it. You're gonna know what I'm talking about when you feel it. Soon as you feel it, it's gonna click. Oh, this is what he's talking about, right? And in the course of feeling that, when you're talking to one of your siblings or something, they gonna say, "You sound just like mama." That's gonna be your confirmation now. To your mama letting you know that the connection has been successfully established to clean up the bullshit from your family tree, from imposters invading.
Okay.
Right. So she gonna put it all together,
Okay.
you know.
Now, my aunt that I'm gonna be visiting is on my dad's side. My
It don't matter because
Okay.
you had two dragons. One is from your mother's side and one is from your father's side.
I actually had three.
Oh, that's even
I had.
better because now the third dragon that's the manifestation that comes in as your granddaughter because she's
Okay.
got the three sisters. That's so your mama is one, your auntie is the other one. She the matriarch in the family right now.
Yep.
So the matriarch got to pass the torch. She ain't gonna
Okay.
pass it till you ready, and she can't die till you ready to receive it. So even if she wanna go, she can't go nowhere till the vessel is prepared to pass the knowledge. And
Hmm.
that's why you've been going through your life the way you have because you've been being prepared, right, to receive the knowledge. She got it. She got everything you need. You don't even need me no more. You got her, right?
Okay.
So when you make that connection with her and your granddaughter, that automatically bring good fortune to you'll see it. Motherfuckers gonna be hitting the lottery number, getting checks in the mail, finding money on the ground, and you're gonna be like, damn, everybody in the family getting good luck all of a sudden. It's because of the work you did. It's manifesting in the healing of the family shows up as prosperity.
Gotcha.
Sick trees
Okay.
don't grow leaves.
Right.
But soon as the tree is healed, it grows in full and green, prosperous,
Mhm.
with bountiful fruit, right? So just the fact that you making the right connections changes the whole family dynamic. So you probably got a great nephew or something in prison doing life. He all of a sudden get an unexpected parole, pardon or something,
Mhm.
right? And you knew he wasn't supposed to have been in there in the first place. Got railroaded, right? But you're cleaning up the family tree. You're giving second chances, right? You're giving everybody a chance to do what's right.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's on my list to do real quick. I'm gonna be
Okay.
trying to make
I'm gonna
that
let
happen.
I'm gonna let you drop down. I'm gonna take the next caller.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna
You're
listen.
welcome.
Have a great day.
You too.
Now, is there something I gotta do?
Rashida, you want to come in? Inbox me if you want to come in. I sent you once and it said you rejected it. Um, Shine Watts was in the last one. I want to get him in here.
Do I have to do something to drop off?
I got you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm waiting on Shine to come in. Let me look at these questions. They coming in heavy. I don't want to move that one off the. Well, we never been selfish enough to just throw people off the land. If they not here disrupting the unity and the peace, then they're gonna have to tribe up with somebody. Look up turkey vultures and look up the meaning in the indigenous culture, and it'll explain the turkey vultures to you. But that's a good vision to see. That's a totem animal. So Wavy Girl, you say what article was that? I don't know what article you talking about, sweetie. Four.
If you can look deep enough and take a picture, you can count more people in one quadrant than you can on the whole earth. There's plenty of room for us if we wake the fuck up. I started this shit in the 9th dimension. I didn't want to fuck with you third dimensional vibrating motherfuckers. I was building me an escape hatch. I was building me an exit tunnel. And then I got to the top of that motherfucker. They say, no, you can't come by your motherfucking self, nigga. We sent you to come back with a whole army of motherfuckers and you by your goddamn self. I said, them motherfuckers sleep. They dead. They ain't no good. They don't want to come. They say they don't know yet. Take your ass back. Go get them motherfuckers we sent you in there to get. Mama, don't take that bullshit. Do your job. So then here I am back in this motherfucker looking dumb to these ignorant motherfuckers who can't think their way out of a paper bag. Every motherfucking doctor I sat with asking me what university did I go to medical school in. Every lawyer I'm sitting and talk to asking me where did I graduate law school. They swear I done went to Princeton, Harvard, or Yale. I say, man, I got a GED. I got a guerrilla educational degree. Motherfucker, I did this shit guerrilla style myself. You motherfuckers ain't teach me shit but how to be oppressed. I don't want to be oppressed. I don't want to learn that fucking lesson. Why would I want to learn that lesson? How to be oppressed 101. Send your child to school. So we can watch them on the auction block so we can have our pick and our choose. Oh, that's not my shit. I'm not with that. I don't believe in that shit. This is how you teach them how to follow a bell. So what they do, they rung the fucking bell and y'all went to recess. Now all you niggas out in the streets on recess because y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up seriously. Michael Staples, let me correct you on one thing. The black man is not the maker and the owner and the cream of the planet Earth. The black woman is. That's the only thing wrong with that entire statement. For you Christians, God so loved the world, she gave her only begotten parthogenic son to come clean this shit up. Ain't none of that shit. When they start telling you a man God over the woman, you full of shit. Because can't no man bring life into this world. They can't birth a seed. This is what this shit about in the beginning. A bunch of sissies thought they was outdo the woman by creating artificial wombs and jumping and giving birth to babies. This is what this shit about. Jealousy, deceit, trickery, deception, and y'all fall for this shit. Man, that emotional drug is a motherfucker. So the condition is called learned helplessness. Look that shit up. So you get to a condition mentally where you feel like all your fighting is in vain and you can't see quite sure. It's okay to feel that way, but don't stay that way. Don't stay that way. That's a trick. Goddamn right. I did a whole post on emotional intelligence, Dre. Look, the contract first expired in 1911. Right? What happened? Well, Garvey had to come and give us some more keys because under the Jim Crow, y'all signed another contract called the Federal Reserve Act for international bankers to come in and manage your money for you because you was to manage your money. So now you're under that. Then that contract went bankrupt. Not in 1929, but in like 1913, I believe it was, when they did the Buck Act. They got so many of these laws. It's a series of them that positions them for when they first lose power to have another stretch. That gave them another 80 to 90 year stretch. Well, it's been 100 years now, but the 80-year stretch was up in 1995. Actually 93. The 80-year stretch was up in 93 because this is not even supposed to be my time. This is supposed to be Tupac lane. This is supposed to be his turn. They figured out who he was. They tried to kill him. And I'm going to leave that at that. Yeah. Watch for the contract. These motherfuckers always, any treaty signed now, them contracts. We trying to get from under that shit, that motherfucking paper chains. Yeah, but everybody don't remember, Verkel. We did see some of us did. Everybody didn't, because some people was trapped in the loop. We had to come in between the jumping of the loop. We had to flip them out of what they call the infinity loop. So it's like a slinky. You hold two of the strings together, and then you try to, it gets stuck together. It don't quite bounce correctly. That's what they did they did that with about 40,000 years ago. No, it was longer than that. They blew a CERN, a collider, and the collider used to sit where the Mediterranean is. If you go back and you do your research, you find that the Nile used to drain into the Sahara Desert. Well, they had to reroute the Nile to fill in the hole. I had to engineer that shit because Mama said, only one can get the water to flow like we wanted to, so we needed to go from over here to fill in that big ass hole. So I filled in that big ass hole. There's a whole fucking bunch of cities under the goddamn Mediterranean, you dumb motherfuckers. With big ass 60-foot statues of pharaohs and all kind of shit that predate everything on the land. It's the other fuckers they collapsed the fourth dimension in on the third. And that's why when you were seeing now, you don't go to the fourth. You jump straight to the fifth. You was in both at the same time. That's why your dreams be crazy if you halfway woke. So, Sun Kiss, Shay, the green, blue, the aquamarine blood are from an aquatic planet. And it's probably about 750 light years from here. And it's probably about maybe 20 or 30, but there's no surface land. All of it is underwater. But there's like caverns under the water where they can set up like it's like a cave, but water on the outside of it. So theirs is like the reverse of ours. Ours is the land is on top of the water. Theirs, the water is on top of the land. It's just a different setup. That's right, Daniel. So now in that post I did yesterday on Morocco showing the king, he gave a picture of Morocco that looked uncannily like California. And he said, this is the real Morocco. He's telling you something. He's telling you something. You see a picture of him with the Pope? It's telling you something. The Pope on his right. That means he flipped to the left off the Pope. That means the Pope's mother line. The Pope is androgynous, right? So he's on the Pope's mother line, flipping off the left. It's all a trick. Don't fall for that shit. Then you see him with varying other people. Read the post, but y'all need to know this is a setup. This is a grand scheme to get you people back into bondage. Go into bondage if you want to. It's not for me. I'm not participating in bondage servitude. I'm not oppressing nobody. So if that's what y'all think gonna happen, that as soon as this shit over with, the niggas gonna step on the white people the way the white people was on. It was never the white people to begin with. It was those Blackamoor, Tawny Moors, and Allegiance. And they used those, what they called indentures, to make them, they had to compensate them. First of all, this is why black people not eligible for reparations. They can't reparate you for some shit you did to yourself. You can't reparate yourself for some shit you did to yourself. You asked for this shit. You went out your way and fought to be oppressed because you thought these rotten sellout motherfuckers was your brothers. If I'd have thought they was my brothers, I probably would have fought and be oppressed right along with them, or we'd have got free one or two. But if you don't know the history, you doomed. You doomed to repeat it. So what do? You have to fall back. If you want to be active, this is what you do. If you want to get out in the street and really do something, put the veve out, right? Get you a group of 5, 6, 7 sisters and start sprinkling holy water. Make your own holy water, though, because that shit they do in the church ain't yours. You got to make it yourself. That means that you have to write your own incantation, distill the water, or buy distilled water. You can't use distilled water out the store because you're going to strip it down of all of its charge anyway. The sisters agree. They don't have to do no fancy shit. All y'all have to agree is that this is holy water and it's going to heal the land and the people. Y'all all go in the room, touch that water, and go sprinkling that shit and watch them motherfuckers get the fuck clear. The streets just gonna start clearing up. Before they ever give an order, the shit just gonna start clearing. Like, what the fuck going? You clearing the congestion out of the nasal cavity. This is where we at now. We at the head. We done went through the devil's anus. We at the head now. The Kundalini then rose. We at the top of the motherfucking food. How you clear them out? You call them home. How you call them home? In righteousness' sake. You call them home in love and peace and harmony. You call them home in goodness and in health. That's all. And don't wish no bad on nobody because you just...
So I'm going to do my invites on here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see comments or anything on this one, because yesterday I wasn't able to. We're going to get into some good stuff. Yesterday I was telling y'all that you didn't see any ether over my head. And then I was going to explain why you didn't see the ether. So I'm going to get into showing you what happened to the ether, why you can no longer see the ethers settling around my head area. So when I get into this part, we're going to deal with creation, we're going to deal with reading signs, and we're going to deal with the 13th seat a little bit more in the Vesica Pisces. I don't have a time limit on this video. I got a fully charged battery. I'm going to see what it do. I'm just going to let it do what it do. I would appreciate any questions. Just ask them. If you don't understand what I'm reading and I'm reading the signs, if I'm not explaining it clear enough, make sure y'all say something. Because if the input and the feedback is what increases the accuracy when you're reading the signs. So the what is it factor. So I'm gonna do a couple more invites here. This ought to be pretty nice. And this session right here, we're gonna get into a few things. All right, now, how y'all doing this morning? So last night I went through the Queen's Gate to the Queen's Chamber and showed y'all who exactly was the Queen of Heaven and Earth. God is no man. I've proven that. But we're gonna get a little deeper into the creation story. So this is what we're gonna start with. There was a situation about a year or two ago where some Fruit of Islam went to go visit a Christian church on the East Coast to discuss God and the self-created aspect of the self. So God created himself from nothing. Now what you have to remember when I show you this is everything is taking place in something called the Nun, N-U-N. It's the same way you spell nuns. Now remember we had to identify who the imposter was that was sitting on the queen's seat. We found it to be Pope Francis, the talking motherfucking mule, the ass. Right? Now, in saying that, I want to get into the brothers went up there to try to explain the self-created God to what's this brother name? I think his name Dino Jenkins or Gino Jennings or something like that. And he ran rings around them guys, but there was something that he did. There was two things about this reverend, he's a Christian, that got my attention. One, the bow tie. The bow tie is a symbol of a traveling man. That's the first problem that I ran across while they was up there getting slaughtered by this minister, and he came across as a righteous man, but he wasn't right. Now I'm going to show you why he wasn't right. Yep, Gino Jenkins, that's my man. If you a Christian, that's where you need to be at, because he going to tell you the truth. So they wanted to draw me out and to determine if I would show the creation story of ancient Kemet of our ancestors and how we described it compared to how we were taught the creation mythos in church. So first things first, we're going to play the creation myth. Now I'm going to flip my camera here. This is a woman. They call her the grand man, but this is a woman. Look. This the queen of heaven and earth. She's a self-created. From the Nun. The Nun is replicated in the womb as vaginal secretion or primordial water of the womb. That's the Nun. This is the mother. This is the queen of heaven and earth. Right? As above, so below. Now remember, the Pope sits on her throne. Alright? Now, let's see what else happens. Now, when I was showing you the Vesica Pisces, this was the symbolism. This is the crucifixion story as I was unraveling it. Now notice you have two staffs, each with one serpent around it. One represents the moon, as you can see it over there to right here. The moon, that's the feminine. The other represents the sun in the middle. You see it say left undering, and this say right. Now look at this. This is an inverse, because remember, the Leo was on the right and the Scorpio was on the left. But look at the moon. You see the upside down triangle? You see the right side up triangle. Now, when the two become one in the third eye, they think they seeing the same. They are now here in the Queen's chamber. Now, let me show you so you'll know what I'm talking about over here in my book of life.